Hello and welcome to SheThePeople.tv. We empower, engage and elevate through conversations with some of the spectacular women achievers in the country. And today is no different because our special guest is Shikha Sharma of Axis Bank, one of the first women of the Indian banking industry. And she has truly been part of the pillar of women who managed to make it more diverse, more gender balanced and more progressive. Without a doubt, being among the most amazing women achievers India has today. Ms. Sharma, thank you very much for joining us. I wanted to understand from you, how do you put technology to work for yourself?
So I think I kind of got comfortable with technology early on in my career. Technology is a big enabler for me. So there's just so many things you have to do as a working woman, trying to juggle between family and work and kids and husband and the larger family, that I just use technology in very simple ways to keep reminders for me. I think workplace productivity tools are the most important thing for me personally about technology. But as we think about the business and banking and where it may go, there technology has a big play.
How has technology changed the way you work at the bank, particularly the way you see yourself in terms of ambitions and what you're doing with technology at Axis?
Simple tools help me make my life much simpler and more organized. Similarly, when it comes to money, the big challenge is how do you provide convenience, risk management, customer service, all bundled in one lot. You can't do that in the physical world. It becomes really tough. But with technology, you can put a lot of processes in place where you could do straight through processing, you can measure what's happening, and so technology can provide you a way to get that balance between risk and customer experience. At early stage in business, you're worrying about getting business, managing your costs, managing your profitability. Therefore, you typically lean on resources. If you have an order and you need to open an LC, then you're worrying about whether to do something else in your business, try and get the next customer or go to the bank to get the LC open. So we've actually launched that app on the mobile as well. So technology allows us to deliver that convenience to the customer without compromising on risk and compliance.
How do you think technology has empowered women, and has it made the world that we work in a bit of an equal world, the access to opportunity? How do you view the role digital and technology are playing there?
It fundamentally gives you more flexibility to operate when you want. Today you're hearing of so many companies who are allowing people the flexibility to work out of home, and productivity doesn't suffer because I'm actually saving on all that travel time and the stress of travel. So that's just from a workplace perspective. It's giving women the ability to continue to participate in the workforce and not have to give up on what they want to do as a mother or a daughter-in-law or whatever.
From the time that you were growing into your career to the time that we are in today, what do you think has really changed? I mean, I know challenges were commonplace then, they're commonplace now. But what would you pick as the key changes that are happening because of how fast we have access to communication and information?
See, I think attitudes change based on what you see, right? At the time that, yes, we start to work, there were few role models of senior women who had balanced work and family. I think for all of us as women, you don't want to be a loser in your family role, and therefore it's a constant question in your mind that by becoming a career professional, am I going to compromise on family? So having a role model that you can go and talk to who's able to balance that well is very important in your ability to stay down that path. The attitude of peers as well, do they accept a woman as an equal at the workplace? Do they see her as having legitimate equal rights at the workplace? The more women that you have, the more they see that. And in fact, now we've got to the point that people are recognizing that having balance in your workforce, by having men and women, you get different perspectives and you could actually have a richer decision coming through.
What has been your goal at every stage of success, at every milestone?
I wouldn't say very early in my career, but fairly early, maybe in the first 10 years some point. It became more about learning. Am I growing every day, and am I making a difference? And that's the question I continue to ask, because you didn't get ranks once you left school or college. So you had to figure out different metrics that told you that you were moving forward and you were meeting some goals. And the metrics that worked for me, and have worked throughout, is actually just looking at how much have I learned, how much have I grown personally, and do I think I've made a difference to whatever I'm working on.
How do you perceive the idea of dealing with failure? And what would you tell younger women what they should be doing when they're faced with failure or doomsday situations?
Many times we limit what we are able to do based upon what we believe of ourselves. The biggest problem with the failure is that it attacks that self-belief, and if you lose that self-belief, then you hurt your chances of reviving from where you are. So when you have a failure, don't run away from it. Don't run away from thinking about it. Think about it deeply for a short period. Don't wallow in it. Once you've analyzed what caused it, and you can think about what you could have done differently or will do differently the next time, I think that's a big plus, and you can move on and learn from it and apply it in whatever you choose to do next.
Give us 3 mantras that you think every woman should keep in mind as she moves forward in life. Particularly, many startup entrepreneurs are coming up, and it's really inspirational for them to know what they should keep in mind as they grow up the ladder.
Really having passion for what you're doing. Don't come and do it because you're filling a tick box. It's not worth the while. The women who really stay the course and make a difference at the workplace are the ones who are excited about what they're doing. Don't expect any special treatment. I think we have to recognize that in the workplace of today, which is becoming competitive, where organizations need to reward the most deserving, have faith. You will get rewarded if you put in the best. Today we do find women in many roles, but there are still areas which are new and where a woman may choose to go in and chart a path. If you think you're good for it, don't get dissuaded because you don't see other women around, or somebody else says that, you know, why is a woman going to succeed? And if you've thought it through and you feel you have the passion and you have the skills, just go ahead, do it, and you will make it work.
Ms. Sharma, an absolute pleasure catching up with you, and of course on subjects that I haven't heard you speak before: digital, women, balance, and more importantly, staying on top of things using technology. Thanks very much.